So a lot of people have been asking me to make a video, I guess, about my story. Um, I'm not gonna do it like how normal people do it when they take like note cards and hold it up and everything, but 'cause we don't have note cards. Um, but yeah, I guess I will start. So when I was little, um, maybe the middle of my second grade year, my parents started fighting, and they were talking about getting a divorce. And eventually they got separated, and my mom and I moved to a friend's house in downtown and stayed there till halfway through my third grade year. And then um, no, we got an apartment, and my mom and I lived there at the apartments for about 2 or 3 years, and then my dad moved to Australia to go live with his dad, and my dad, of course, kept the house that I lived in, but sadly, it was going under foreclosure. So my mom and I moved back into that house until we could find a house, and then we got the house that we're living in now. And around the time my dad got back, my parents officially got divorced. And it was hard for me at the time because I was just starting middle school, and that transition from fifth grade to middle school is hard for the younger kids because they have to get used to another school, they have to learn harder stuff and everything. So it was just hard for me at the time, but my dad eventually came back from Australia and lived in Arizona the end of my sixth grade year, and then he moved back out here, and he actually moved right down the street from my mom, but sixth grade was a confusing year for me because um, I had my first boyfriend in sixth grade, and yes, he was my first kiss, whatever. But I also started to realize that maybe I wasn't, straight or, stuff like that. So I dated a girl in sixth grade, and I ended up dating her more than once and throughout middle school. Um, but in seventh grade, um, I came out as bi to my mom, and her reaction was, you know, I think she was more accepting of it because of my uncle. Um, but she technically outed me to my dad at a family meeting one night. So yeah, I was pretty mad at her for that. And so in seventh grade, I had my second girlfriend and my first kiss with a girl, and that kind of went downhill. Um, and also in seventh grade, this is really hard for me to say, but this isn't the reason why I became who I am. I mean, I became who I am because I was born this way, not because of what happened. But in seventh grade, I had a boyfriend, and we were hanging out at his house one night, and he asked me if I wanted to do it. And I kept on telling him no and no, and long story short, he raped me. So, I was raped when I was in seventh grade, and about 2 months later after that happened, I told my mom. And I mean, she talked to um, my ex's parents, about it and everything, and we decided not to press charges, but it was so hard. And he moved away after 7th grade, but 8th grade, it wasn't that different, besides the fact that I came out as lesbian. And I guess my mom kind of figured that I was lesbian, because I mean, I never really told her, but I only had maybe one boyfriend in 8th grade year. And after that, I decided that, I'm really not that attracted to guys, and, I'm more attracted to girls. And so, I was staying with, being bi the first part of my 8th grade year. But, by the end of the year, I was like, I'm not into guys at all. Like, I don't find them attractive or anything. So, I figured I was lesbian. And so, a lot of people ask me what made me start dressing like a guy. I mean, in 4th grade, I had this thing where I dressed like a guy, and I don't know what it was, but at that point in time in 4th grade, I knew there was something different about me. Like, I knew it. And, I had heard about the gays and lesbians and everything, but I never really knew what it was until 6th grade. So, I don't know, I guess I just preferred to look like a guy than a girl. I don't know. But, so I cut my hair in 8th grade, and, nothing really happened over the summer between 8th and 9th, so there's not much there. But the beginning of my high school year, so the beginning of this year, my 9th grade year, sorry, I had a girlfriend who was a senior, and, long story short, we ended up breaking up maybe after 2 days, and she was so depressed about it, and she told me that she was cutting and everything, and that, like, I got really upset and depressed because I had made her upset and depressed by breaking up with her. And so I started cutting. And eventually got to the point where I told one of my best friends that I've known since kindergarten, and she told her mom, and I had fallen asleep on her, and she got really scared, so she called the cops. And so the cops came to my house, and I had to go to the hospital so that they could see if I was just depressed, or if there was something mentally wrong with me. And so I was up until 1 in the morning at the hospital with my mom and my dad, and it was just really bad. And I hated my best friend for doing that. But, I was also very thankful that she did that, because it kind of changed the way that I looked at things. But then after that, like, it was hard. I mean, I started dating this girl, and we dated for about a month and 3 weeks, and she broke up with me a week before our 2 months. And it was just horrible. I mean, I fell into a deep depression and everything, and I started cutting again. And my cuts got worse and worse and deeper, and eventually I got over it. But then eventually I found someone else, and she broke up with me eventually, and it was horrible. Hold on a second, guys. Hello? Just hanging out. Just hanging out. Can we do Wendy's? Salad. I mean, I would like to get stuff for them because right now I don't think they're drinking their water, and I want to eventually give them some salt water so that they can soak in it and everything. But, cause like the bowl that I have for them for the water, I know that they can get out, but I'm not sure if they can get in because I haven't really seen it. So, um, we probably should. Probably. Okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah. I have $15. No. Alright. Well, could you get Wendy's and then we could eat it here and then we could go? The spicy chicken or whatever it is. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Okay. Bye. Sorry about that. But, oh yeah. Forgot what I was saying. But, I don't even remember where I was. Oh yeah. And then after that, I had a girlfriend, and she broke up with me. I said that. Um, and eventually I started dating. I dated another senior, and I've had a lot of problems with dating older people before because they've always hurt me and cheated on me and stuff like that. Um, so I hated it because I had a feeling that this was gonna happen, but she cheated on me. And so the girl that I had dated before still liked me. And so I broke up with the girl that cheated on me. And the girl that still liked me, she was like, you really need to break up with her, and blah blah blah, and I would never do that to you, and blah blah blah. And so we dated, um, we dated for about a week. And, I got a text from her friend saying that she was dating me and another guy. And, you know, I found that the funny thing was that she never said that she would hurt me. And that she would never do what my girlfriend that I had before her and after her had done. And so that just killed me. So I broke up with her, got back, sorry. I got back together with the girl that had originally cheated on me because she proved to me that she didn't cheat on me. So I got back together with her, and then, we broke up, because she broke up with me. And then, you know, during that whole time, I was just so miserable, and I started cutting even more and everything. And eventually I dated, I think, 2 girls after that, and then I'm now dating someone, and today's our 3-week, and next Monday will be our 1 month, and it's really hard because she got grounded. Okay, first of all, she lives in Texas, and I live in Colorado, and we've never met before, and it's really hard, and she got grounded last Tuesday, and she just got her phone back today, and it was so hard not being able to talk to her and everything, and so I don't know, sometime last week I just got really down, and I got in a really deep depression, and I cutted, and you know, now I'm talking to her again and everything, but it was just hard not being able to talk to her. So that's basically it, but well, that's not it. Like, okay, I never mentioned that I have been bullied, and as far as I can, like, as far back as I can remember, I know I've been bullied. I mean, I remember being called names in 1st grade. And you know, I would laugh with them because I never really took it as an insult. And you know, from 1st grade to high school, I was just bullied and called names and pushed around. And my 8th grade year, it was horrible because I finally, I mean, I never really stood up for myself, and no one ever really stood up for me. I mean, I was at the park one time with my friend, and this girl who's bullied me since, I don't know, forever, maybe since like 3rd grade, she was there at the park with her friends, and one of her friends, I liked one of her friends, and that girl knew that I liked her, and so the girl that had bullied me forever, she started calling me names and all these mean things, you know, I just kind of ignored her. I mean, I didn't listen to her, I didn't say anything to her, I didn't do anything. But the thing that made me upset was, 1, my friend that was there didn't stand up for me, and 2, the girl that I liked, she tagged along with her friend and started making fun of me and everything. And I hated it because her knowing that I liked her and her bullying me, like, really, you're gonna do that when you know that I like you. It was stupid. And the next day I went to my friend's house and I was hanging out with her, and then I had to go home, and so did one of my other friends, because there was a group of us hanging out at her house. So we were walking together, and the girl that I liked was hanging out with some of her friends, and I mean, it was her and some other friends, and the girl that had bullied me, like, you know, for the past years and everything, she wasn't there with her. Just the girl that I liked and some of her friends. And she started harassing me and calling me names. Um, but, oh yeah, I mean, I guess one friend had stuck up for me, and that was the friend that I was walking with. I mean, she told them to leave me alone and stuff like that, and I was grateful for that. Um, so I did that, and, the day that I was at the park, I eventually went home, and I was so done. I started crying, and I was just done and fed up with everything. And I hated it. And I found it amazing that when I got to high school, no one bullied me. I mean, no one. And I've seen bullying like twice this year, and it wasn't to me, it was to other kids. And I've stood up for both of those kids. 'Cause bullying just isn't right. And so I did that, and it's made me feel better about myself. Um and I know I haven't told you guys this, but I sent an email to Ellen DeGeneres telling her my story that I basically just told you guys, and you know, how I would love to end bullying, but right now I don't have anyone to help me get like a program or something started. So that's why I emailed her to try to help me. I haven't gotten an email back from her, which really makes me sad, but you know, it happens. Um, so that's basically my story. Um, so if you guys watch this, I just want to thank you for watching this. And you know, I know way more people have harder lives than me, and I just want to tell you that it gets better. It really does. I mean, you may have to wait for it to get better, but it will. Trust me. So, thank you guys. Bye.